Hey, soccer fans, welcome back. Alongside Chris Murray, my partner, and Rick Williamson, our producer. I'm Shad Hockey. We're excited to bring to you Aberdeen Central versus T-Area Titans. Ladies soccer, Aberdeen Central 4-3-2. However, they're riding a little bit of a streak. Their last 4 games have been lossless. Is that a word, lossless? 2 wins and 2 ties, so they haven't lost in their last 4 games. Chris said they're figuring out a little bit. Titans, this is one of their worst seasons, ever. 2-6 coming into this one. I don't know if the Titans have ever finished. If they have, it was way back in the first year or two of soccer, but I don't know if they've ever finished under 500. That's probably going to change this year after this game. They have 6 games left in this one. 3 at home, 3 on the road. So we are being invaded by Asian Beatles here at Thunder Valley on the campus of T-Area High School. And we are going to turn it over to public address announcer Tommy Tosh here pretty quick. He'll introduce to you the visiting team and the home team. A little bit of a recap. The boys team just lost. Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles won that one 2-0. And I got an update from a couple of the JV players. The girls team also lost. That was 10-0 in favor of Golden Eagles, the Golden Eagles. So
wow,
they are 2-0 thus far. So the girls game will play here, and then the boys JV game will play directly south of us on the field. We will tell you a little bit more about the teams, about the players, on a very hot southern South Dakota afternoon here. We've got wasps, beetles, Asian beetles, ladybugs, flies. It's fall in South Dakota. We'll turn it over to public address announcer Tommy Tosh. We already did our national anthem, so we won't have to do that. And then we will join you right back.
Welcome to T-Area High School. In this contest, we welcome our visitors, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, as they take on your T-Area Titans. The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. Remember to cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the officials' decisions. And those officials are Nicole Hogdestead, Kyle Norberg, and Megan Glenn. They are registered by the State of South Dakota High School Activities Association, and they have worked hard to learn the rules and administer them at this event. And we request that you respect their honest efforts in officiating this contest. Now let's meet first the starters for our visitors, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Number 00, a junior goalkeeper, Ava Beck. Number 1, sophomore midfielder, Kiana Stillman. Number 2, Megan Brakefield, a junior defender. Number 3, midfielder and a senior, Addison Selfrink. Number 7, a junior defender, Cadence Goethals. Number 8, a junior defender, Paige Ewalt. Number 11, senior midfielder, Kaylee Donut. Number 12, senior forward, Lucy Fritz. Number 13, senior midfielder, Kaylee Kiso. Number 22, senior defender, Addison Keller. And number 28, sophomore forward, Espen Kufeld. Assistant coaches for the Golden Eagles are Alex Bellafuel and Kendra Hanley. Head coach is Merle Oski. Now let's meet the starters for your T-Area Titans. A freshman goalkeeper, number 0, Brooklyn Yipstrom. Number 3, senior forward midfielder, Heidi Hofer. Number 4, senior defender midfielder, Emma Watson. Number 8, junior midfielder, Sydney Starlacker. Number 9, sophomore sophomore forward, Elena Mann. Number 11, 8th grade forward, Janessa Kuiper. Number 20, senior defender, Olivia Johnson. Number 23, junior defender, Kate Giles. Number 25, senior midfielder, Sage Hoffman. Number 26, a freshman forward, Ada Clemish. And number 33, a sophomore defender, Abby Harrison. Assistant coaches for the Titans are Caitlin Cooner and Brooke Piper. Head coach, Jasmine Sumich.
Very nicely done. Tommy Tosh, the voice of Titans soccer. So we will get it going here shortly. The starters for the visiting Golden Eagles from Aberdeen Central. Beck, Stillman, Brakefield, Salfrank, Goethals, Ewalt, Donut, Fritz, Kiso, Keller, and Kuhfield. And for the hometown T-area Titans, Youngstrom at goalkeeper, Hofer, Watson, Stoliker, Mann, Kuipers, Johnson, Giles, Sage Hoffman, Clemish, Hilson. And that's going to be it. Titans are without a few. You know, I marked it down on my roster, and then I put it away. Lainey Haynes, she got slid into playing goalkeeper. She told me no soccer, no wrestling, no track this year. She did ACL, MCL, meniscus, and she's got some bones. It was a really bad deal.
Wow.
She thinks maybe by the end of next summer, she'll be ready to go. So
That's just heartbreaking for someone who, I guess, came out to help the team and had never really played the game before. And just to be able to come out and play well and be learning the game, to have that kind of thing happen, that's got to be real tough.
Yeah, we had her on in basketball. We were really impressed. Rick, I know you were there, by how she handled, how she talked, how she spoke for being so young, just a freshman last year. And I reached out to Coach Neeson, and I told him that we were impressed. And he said, yeah, she might have to be the spokesperson of our team. So really good kid. Lady Haynes, she's done. You've got Mackenzie Thompson is out. She was out much of last year. She told us that her sophomore year was her only full year of high school soccer, that she's been hurt. Allegra Waltner is out. She'll be back shortly, but she is inactive this game. And there's a corner kick by the Golden Eagles. I think that was off the head of the Titans.
And I talked to Allegra's dad between games, and apparently she sprained her MCL in the 10-0 win at Huron. So that's kind of a tough one when you win 10-0 and you walk away and can't play for 2 to 4 weeks, which in high school soccer, that's a good chunk of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes by quick.
And I did want to take a minute to congratulate Mackenzie Thompson for giving her commitment to play soccer at Dakota Wesleyan next fall. So
yeah,
hopefully she can get herself healthy and get herself right and just have an outstanding college career.
Go up there and play with Lou Otten, also of the Titans. I know.
Yeah, and Lou's already starting for the Tigers. Yep.
I know. I was texting with Coach Hansen a couple days ago, and he told me he's got, Coach Anderson, the retired Titan soccer great coach, and he told me he's got a few players to go watch. He's got a Bethany College. Okay, let's go through it. So DW, Lena Otten, Bethany College is Kyle Lakander, your daughter at Minnesota State. He's got Chloe Wilson at University of Sioux Falls. I've got to be missing some. He's got some games. He's got to find. I'm trying to think who else. He's put one into USD. Kayla Amar, she's graduated.
Yep.
Josie Bardsley is graduated now from Dakota Wesleyan after a great career.
Like to see the Titans getting a shot early, even though it's a little bit from distance. Challenge that keeper. Yeah, Coach Anderson he just texted me asking me what I'm doing. I'm like, apparently he must not be watching or in the audience, but
I think he's in the audience or is planning to be tonight.
oh, good.
So he knows he can come up anytime, and we'd love to have him.
Well, I don't know if he knows that or not, but that's true.
Well, I've told him.
Oh, there's another shot.
Yep, shot just off to the left.
She's a good young player. I like her game, and being only a freshman, I like the fact that she's not afraid to shoot. And with the Titans starting some very, very young players, playing in 3-5-2 again, it looks like their top two players at the top are a freshman and sophomore, and then you've got a wing that's an eighth grader. So
who's the freshman that you said you liked that's out far?
Ada Clemish.
Ada Clemish.
Yeah,
you see her at the top of the screen?
Yeah, she's really impressed me, and she did well last year as an eighth grader, and she's just kind of kept it going. And I think she with some work and some practice and sticking with it, I think she's going to wind up being a good one.
Her first start, I believe, unless she started a game, I haven't seen it, and I believe Kuipers, the other Kuipers, Janessa Kuipers. They've got her listed as a junior, but she is a freshman.
And there's Coach Anderson and his wife rolling in.
Sure enough.
The legend. And I'm just talking about Sherry being the
they
legend.
both are.
Yeah, they both are.
Oh, boy, here's
it looks like he might be coming into the booth.
Session for Kuipers.
Oh, another good shot. Follow it up. Yep.
Clemish, they just kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. They're pressing up. They're gotten more shots. And there is the legend himself. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well.
Mark Anderson, he's got some stats for me here, I believe. I asked this of him before.
Gracing us with his presence.
Yeah.
Not at work. That's a good thing.
Are you not able to get here for the early games?
Yeah, sometimes. It just depends on how. We've just been crazy busy.
Yeah. Overall, your history is 12 season, 169 games, state champion appearances, 7. You had 3 state championships, 4 runner-ups, 8 semifinals, and then last year you made it to the semifinals. 106, 41, and 22. Of those 106 wins, 78 were by shutout. And you were shut out 24 times. Your record against A teams, 78, 17, and 8. Your record against AA, 28, 24, and 14. Now, a lot of those AAs didn't come last year in our first year of AA. You were playing up years before we went up. Every year. We always played up. Those were always fun. We always held our own. You scored 300. Well, your team scored 386 goals. You allowed 197. And so your national rank in 219.
The years we won state.
Okay, your national ranks the year you won state, 802, 476, and 798. Those are out of roughly 5,000 teams. So to be in the top 1,000.
Top 20%.
Yeah.
And that's why we call him the legend. That's pretty, that pretty much speaks for itself.
And in South Dakota overall, you were ranked third, and fourth the years you won it. So, in some of those years, you're probably first. There's some good AA teams.
We had a year in there, I think it was 19, winning percentage-wise. We had the toughest schedule in South Dakota. I thought that should have given us the number one.
Right, right.
We won a division state championship. So I told girls to be proud. We had literally the toughest schedule in South Dakota. Because
you did.
Winning percentage A and AA.
You and the boys, you never shied away from any opponent. You were always.
No, bring them on.
You actually had one AA school that remained nameless. Didn't want to play you guys anymore, I believe.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that now, or they didn't want to talk about it then.
But it was, can you blame them? It was a lose-lose. If they won, they were supposed to win. If they lost, well, you just lost to an A team. But
Coach, how many Coach of the Years did you win in those 12 years?
Oh, a few.
You lost count. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
And that I always, that's a team deal too.
Yeah, that's the politically correct thing to say, Coach. Come on now. You're
retired.
retired now. You can brag a little bit.
It's a big deal. I remodeled my garage. We're making a deal for the trophies and my rings.
Oh, nice.
That's fantastic. Now, did you wind up getting inducted into the coaching, like high school Hall of Fame or anything?
No.
Somebody needs to get on that. Shad, come on.
I'll break out my letter writing.
I was going to say, you're kind of a big deal, and people listen to you. You can probably throw some stuff together.
I'm not a big deal. No one listens. Well, they have to if they watch these games, unless they choose to turn the volume down.
Nobody even knew who I was until I got on the radio on this broadcast with you.
Stop.
You are a big deal.
I don't believe that. Coach, come back at halftime?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool, man. Well, welcome back. We'll see you at halftime. Thank you. There he goes. We've got a halftime guest now, Mark Anderson.
You know, I didn't want him to break down crying or anything like that, but he built this program from scratch. He did more for more girls and more kids in this program than probably about any coach that I have ever been associated with. And, you know, the success that he had and the things that he did for my daughter and for hundreds of other people's daughters, and there's just not enough words to say thank you for that. And Sherry is another one that really helped make things go. And without her, I don't know if we would have been nearly as organized. But
no, we wouldn't have.
She's you talk about just you can't ask for a better coach, a better support staff from her, and obviously that it translated onto the field.
He's done it right. I think he's kind of the blueprint of how to build a program, you know, for high school
good
level.
Play by Clemish.
Because not only Clemish really asserting herself in this game so far, he not only was competitive on the field, but they were always doing stuff, making blankets, going to the banquet.
Yep.
And it was almost like, every team should be like this. It was a privilege to be a T-Area Lady Titans soccer player.
100%.
And they made it like that. And they built that program, I would say, more off the field than even on the field. You know, and they started the Midnight Madness that gained local attention. The news was out here, and then the soccer team copied them. They wanted to do their own Midnight Madness and have a practice and a sleepover and just all the things they did. It was really, really neat to see.
And the Little Lady Titans.
We
saw a couple of them go out today, but I mean, there used to be practically a waiting list for girls to get onto the Lady Titans and putting on soccer camps and just everything. And I think that, you know, some of the players, and I could go on about the players themselves, but just the role models that they were for soccer in T. A lot of the girls that are playing now, you know, grew up coming to these games and watching those girls play and wanted to be like those girls. And a lot of that is because those girls learned how to do that from Coach Anderson and from Sherry. So
good seal off there for the Titans, and then they kick it out of bounds. It's going to be a corner. Nope, it will be a corner. I'll tell you something about how the Little Lady Titans can impact you. Our producer for the boys game, Andrew Griffin, his daughters ran out, and they were with the Lady Titan. Or one daughter ran out and then made her sister jealous. So he said in the second game, they're going to be –
that's trouble. Ooh.
They're going to run out. Brooklyn Youngstrom, the young goalkeeper for the Titans. So this game, he said they're both going to run out and be with them, and they're hanging around the team. And I'm telling you, and I told him, that's how it gets started. That's right. It starts when they're doing things with Dad and they're getting to know the team. They're seeing all the ins and outs, and the players are talking to them behind the scenes. And I wouldn't be surprised if those two girls one day, God willing, were calling their games on this very field. That's how it starts. And that's how Coach Anderson built it.
Absolutely.
So there's an up kick to Clemish. She will kick it, find Hofer.
Now find her, play it through. There you go.
And Clemish has to just run that
she
down.
Didn't even have to slow down. That's exactly the way it needs to be done. Now if we can get somebody up, she can play it back. Nope, she tried.
Back off the knee of the Golden Eagles, so it'll be a throw in. Hey, the two teams, T-Area Titans, 2-6 coming into this one. They started off, they lost at Mitchell 4-0, then they lost to Brookings, at Brookings 3-2.
No, we won that game.
Oh, I'm sorry, we won that game.
Yep,
that was here. And then Watertown was here, and they lost that one 4-1. And then they went on the road to Yankton and Harrisburg, got shut out in both of those 2-0, and then 4-0. Then they went and they won against Huron 10-0. That one ended early. And then a 0-1 or a 1-0 loss to Sioux Falls, Washington, before a 5-0 loss to Roosevelt puts them at 2-6. They have this game to go. Their remaining opponents' records are 24, 21, and 7. So, like the boys, they've got an uphill battle.
But again, they have the opportunity, if they can pull it together and get some points, they can move up in the standings and, you know, maybe have a chance to host a first round home playoff game. That's going to be
top 8.
Yeah, they've kind of dug themselves a little bit of a hole, but with new coaches and a lot of young players and things like that, it's not easy.
Yoakum into the game, and also Ava Schauneman also into the game. Yoakum is a senior. Schauneman is a sophomore. the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, they come into this one 4-3-2. They started off a
That's trouble.
3-1 loss against
It's a great
Pierre.
job.
Good job,
Great job,
Youngstrom.
keeper. Great job, Brooklyn. That was fantastic.
At Jefferson, they won 3-1. Then they were shut out against Harrisburg 5-0. And then a 2-1 win against Rapid City Central. And then they were shut out. Rapid City Stevens beat them 4-0. And then since then, they have won at Huron, like the Titans have 10-0. They won at Brandon Valley, a good win there, 1-0. And then ties their last two, 3-3 to Roosevelt, 1-1 to Brookings. Their opponents that they will face the rest of the way, 2019-4. Boy, Clemish has played it a lot way on that left side of the line. They'll play
we need
T.
to find somebody that can get up there with her and run with her.
And you'd think with Hofer's speed, that would be her. She shouldn't have a problem. She's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest player on the field.
You know, the problem is that she's kind of been the one playing her the ball. So it's kind of tough to play a ball from that far away and then still get up and run with her.
That one's going to be kicked back. Youngstrom should be able to play that one pretty easily. For the standings, number 1 in AA girls, Rapid City Stevens, 9-0-1.
Is it really?
Yep, and then Harrisburg, 7-0. So
Wow.
I don't know. This is PowerPoints anyways.
Yep, of course.
Pierre, 7-2. They're in third place. And then Roosevelt hasn't lost, 5-0-2. 5 wins. Well, just pushed out of the way there was the Titans defender, Watson, I believe, or that's Stoliker.
That's Stotlicker. Yeah, Pierre kind of ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw yesterday against a very tough Rapid City Stevens team. Rapid City Stevens has 3 players that are really, really strong, and they're young. I think one of them's an 8th grader, one of them's a sophomore, and the other one's a junior, I believe.
Okay.
And that was in Pierre, and they lost 3-1 after being up 1-0.
Oh.
So Rapid City Stevens might wind up surprising some people.
Avalon Thompson, senior, back into the game for the Titans. Or not back into the game, number 15 for Aberdeen is, there she is, Kinley Stuckey. She's also a goalkeeper. She'll play, looks like striker here. Where do these two teams sit? Aberdeen Central in their 4-3-2 record. They're at 8th. So if the season ended today, they would be hosting playoff game. Titans, if the season ended today, they would just sneak into the 16th spot. 16 out of the 20 in AA make it. So Titans sitting.
Yeah, your reward for that is making a trip to Rapid City Stevens or driving across the interstate and playing Harrisburg.
Oh, there's a cross, just gets through.
Which nobody wants to do at this point.
No. It's funny how those Sodak games shake out. I know in boys basketball, we had to travel all the way to Douglas Spearfish and play Spearfish, and that's how they play out. Our boys football team will be going to Douglas this Friday, and that's, let's be honest, kind of a wasted trip. That one should be over. I think the last time they played was last year here, and we were up 50-something to 0 in the second quarter. And so
after the homecoming game, it looks like they might have to get some things figured out. And that
right.
might be a good way to get right.
That is a good way to get right. Clemish is going to track that one down. Just goes out of bounds. Goal kick.
I like what Coach Sumich did with his starting lineup with putting in some young players, and now he can kind of bring in some experience, and so far it's worked. They've been more offensive than I've seen them. That's a tough one there. That's right over her head.
McGuckin probably getting set to check back in. Good job by
good hustle by Watson.
Watson to get down there, and then Youngstrom with the save. It'll go the other way. 17 minutes into this one.
I might have been seeing things, but I could have swore I saw Emma Watson walk into the stadium with a boot.
Yes.
And then she went to the trainer's table and got taped up and walked away with the boot in her hand. So hopefully that's a good sign for her that she can run the ball down like that. She's quite the athlete.
Yeah, I saw her on Friday in school, and she was wearing a boot, and I asked her how serious it was, and she said, kind of just precautionary.
Yeah.
But
so she doesn't do something silly,
Yep. There's
ball.
a nice give and go.
Oh.
And Thompson just gives it right
good,
back.
Good step.
Steal by Johnson. She's going to send it up field. Blocked there by the big body of number 22. And that is Addison Keller, the senior defender. sent upfield. Evelyn Thompson, that one's going to roll out the back of the end zone.
That takes some courage to stand in front of one of those balls off Olivia Johnson's foot.
Yeah, that's right. Here comes McGuckin for the Titans. Number 38, Veronica McGuckin. And 4 and 14 for the Golden Eagles. Jaxie Lozinski, a freshman. And number 14, Ava Schauman is back in, sophomore. So I'll tell you, I didn't get a chance to talk to either coach. It's hard to talk to coaches before that second game. They just have 20 minutes to prepare. And to be honest, I wanted to go get some popcorn and pizza. And the young man is telling me what I already know. It's McGuckin. I'm not the PA announcer. I'm the YouTube announcer.
Yeah, you gotta tell Tom that. We're not running that show. Tom has some creative naming he does on occasion.
You're being kind. You're being kind. You know, when I did PA, I messed up some names. The worst thing to do is mess up the home team's name.
That's exactly right.
I remember calling when she was a young player, a tall player. I can't think of her name. The volleyball player, Spa. It's spelled S-P-A-H. Okay, no brainer, right? That's Lizzie Spa. No, it's Spay. So I was announcing her as a starter, and my daughter is yelling at me from the floor. It's Spay, and so.
Wow.
So that kind of taught that and other names has kind of taught me just to go through the names and write them down dummy style, like I did here with Candace Goethals, 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 and Kaylee Donut is spelled D-O-N-A-T. If those are wrong, that's your coaching staff giving me that information, ladies. So, and I've also learned this. This isn't an excuse to get them wrong, but if you have a tough name to spell, like mine is Shad, S-H-A-D. A lot of people get that wrong over the phone. And then Hockey, H-A-W-K-E-Y. Everybody thinks it's Hawkeye. We're just used to it. Rick Williamson, our producer, his youngest son is named Braxton. No T in there. Williamson. And I told him, Brax, you're going to be called Braxton Williamson your whole life. And you know what? That's a mom and dad issue. That's their fault.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's yeah.
I'll see that.
I'm afraid he's also probably a Vikings fan too, so that's another mom and dad issue that you probably shouldn't put on your children.
Little water break here. I do a lot of subbing, and when I get a name that's spelled weird and I pronounce it wrong, the student will usually get upset with me, and I remind them that's a parent issue. If you've got a name spelled so crazy that everybody gets it wrong, get used to it. You're gonna hear it the rest of your life.
When you were saying that it was, the talking to coaches before the game, I think you just tell them, "Don't you know who I am?" And then you just interview them. They just let you go.
They know who I am because Coach Yasmin has been around for a long time. He was with Mark Anderson, so I got to know him a little bit that way. The boys' coaches stopped me one time and they said, "Hey, you guys are doing this YouTube thing. It's only 2 years old for soccer." And I was smart enough to ask Coach Anderson. I said, "Who do I get?" He said, "To get you, Chris Murray, all day long." And so the boys' coaches went home and heard the game and then asked me the next time they saw me, "Hey, are you guys doing those games? It's so great." So they've been very.
Nobody's ever said that to me because they don't know who I am.
I bet you they have.
They have not, actually.
You do a really good job.
Well, I appreciate the invite and appreciate doing it. I love doing it.
Yeah.
I love the game, and I just love getting to see some of these girls and boys that I coached or, helped to get into the game when they were young. See them playing, and it's really hard to believe that a lot of the girls I've coached are in college playing right now, and
there's a lot of them
out here.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there is. I think I went back and looked when I was the coach of the Tempo Storm. I think out of our starting 11, I think 8 of the girls are playing in college right now.
And I'll tell you what, that basketball we've had maybe 6. Volleyball, we've had one that I know of that's played in college. That's actually played varsity college volleyball. We've had a lot more. We've had a tumbler. We've had some wrestlers.
Had some football players.
Football players, of course.
Those boys.
But girls soccer, I'm going to go back and do the homework. I did this a couple of years ago. Girls soccer is probably, along with football for the boys, probably the most of any sport.
And it
I
might
would
have,
say.
it might have the most out of any of the girls' sports.
It is the most of the girls by far, I believe.
But again, that goes back to Coach Anderson and the success that he had in building that program and stuff like that. So it's again, it's a tribute to him. I just need to get him to quit working so much so that he can actually go to games with me. Every time I ask him to go to a game, he's like, I got to work. Sorry, I can't.
Well, I guess summer is a busy season for him.
Yeah, I don't know why you would possibly think about retiring from coaching just so you could work harder. That's he and I might have to have a conversation about that.
The throw in for the Golden Eagles, that was by number 37, Olivia Sandvig, junior defender.
Good defense by McGuckin.
Good job, McGuckin, just put into the game. We stopped there briefly for a water break.
I coached her older sister, Sammy, for a few years.
Okay.
Fantastic kid, fantastic family.
Corner kick, Golden Eagles.
And now the Golden Eagles will put a corner kick on. Still 0-0. Titans want to snap their 2-game losing streak. Ball sent out of there. Piper McKinney trying to chase it down. Still chasing. Really nice ball in the header out by Olivia Johnson. Golden Eagles waiting for it to come down. Wanted to attack right away. Kicked out of bounds. Titans didn't touch it. And goal kick. The Aberdeen Central head coach, Merle Askey, thought that was a touch or was asking for a touch, but no touch. Kenyatta Stillman is
I wonder how many years
sophomore.
he's been doing it. I think he's been Aberdeen Central's girls coach for a very, very, very long time.
Okay.
And they always seem to have a lot of talented players over the years.
girls and boys.
Yeah. I just know he's been on the girls' side for a long time.
Their club, what's their club called up there, their soccer club? Is it, it's not ringing a bell. Is it just the Aberdeen Youth Soccer Association?
It's called, I think it's called Hub City Soccer.
Okay, I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah. I think they're actually, I don't know if there's another one up there or not.
And here's my Aberdeen question for you. Why are they the hub city?
That I don't know. I actually went to Northern and I have no idea.
I think it's because the roads are so bad that you lose a lot of hubcaps.
Yeah, it could be.
No, I don't know.
Well, they're kind of the center of all those little towns around there. There's really nothing else around.
There you go. That's probably
So
it.
who knows? I have no
There's
idea.
the hub. I like the hub better. The Northern State, just to get a retro uniform of the hub, or the hub city will work, I guess. Ball Shaggers today, they're doing a good job out there. They are JV players that just played, and now they got to come over and ball shag and dodge the Asian Beetles. That could be a handball. Yep, it's called a handball by mid-ref Nicole Hovstead. I believe she does college and high school.
She does.
She gets
for
a lot
sure.
of games in.
Yep,
She's been out
she
here a
does for
lot.
sure. She was actually officiating the game that I was at in Brookings on Sunday when Brookings women's soccer played University of Northern Colorado.
Okay. And who won that one?
That was a SDSU win. It was what, 6-0 or 5-0? I can't even remember. It was
Not surprising.
yeah. It was they played really well.
Line change coming up for the Golden Eagles.
Holy cow! They have a whole mess of them coming.
Selfrank coming back in. She'll be joined by Brakefield and Goethals and also
And they're wiping bugs off of each other before they go in.
Donut and Fritz. And last one will be Kufeld. Several starters in there. Kufeld was her brother, was the goalkeeper of the boys' win. He's a senior keeper. She's a sophomore midfielder. We're going to get to the bottom of these bugs here, guys. They're all over inside the very nice concession stand.
I'm afraid the bugs are going to get to the bottom of us first.
That's pretty good. We at least have a little bit of air on the I believe the last hot day of are we still in summer or are we in fall now?
I can't keep track.
I don't really. Okay, I don't really keep track either. Here comes nice looking player for the Titans, Hoffman.
She'll be playing next fall in at the Iowa Central Community College.
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah.
Sage Hoffman. Her dad told me several years ago that if he were advising players anymore, he'd tell them if they weren't sure to go the JUCO route. You can open up your recruiting again in a year, 2 years.
Right.
And so she will probably play immediately down there, probably like Lou Otten. I couldn't imagine her not starting and not doing great things in college. And her future college that she'll graduate from is out there somewhere. But
Who's that, Lou?
is that Hoffman
Oh,
after she
yeah,
goes the
Sage, yeah.
JUCO route? And
Yeah, I was gonna say Lou's at Dakota Wesleyan. So, then,
And if you can get through your first year at Dakota Wesleyan in those freshman dorms, you can do anything.
Is that right?
They're pretty bad. I know when Cale Lundeen was going to play for the Titans at Dakota Wesleyan, he eventually chose Northwestern. I said, "Are you going to live in those freshman dorms?" And he said, "There's no way. There's no way." And he didn't. They're pretty bad. I can't imagine they're going to keep those around much longer. They're doing big things. So is DSU. That new field at DSU is beautiful.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice new facility.
They deserve it. They're basically playing on a high school field for a long time, and so
They play their soccer out at the Pepsi complex. It's out by the
Yep.
out by the airport. So when you get a game, you got to drive 15 minutes to get to the game, even when you live in town. So, and then the students probably don't show up as much as they could if the game was on campus. But
Are they switching to the new stadium then?
I believe they're going to have that's going to be a soccer field as well.
Okay. Yeah, because that's turf. Their old field was grass, so probably couldn't handle it.
The facility that's really nice too is Dakota State's new soccer field and football field.
Okay.
Dakota State has their inaugural women's soccer season, so they're going through some growing pains and stuff a little bit too.
Sydney Stoliker checks into the game. She will check in for the Titans for number 19, Emily Buddall. Buddall, another young, exciting player for the Titans, does a lot of things well. And number 11 will check back in for the Titans. That, of course, Janessa Kuipers, the 8th grader from across the street.
Good steal by Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman now bringing up midfield, one of the captains. She'll turn on the speed. She's in a foot race with Brakefield. And then the keeper comes out, takes that one home. That's Ava Beck, the junior keeper. Unlike the 12 seniors that we saw with the Golden Eagle boys program, this girls' team's a lot younger.
Yeah, they still have their share, though, I think. I think they have like 7 or 8 seniors, so that's not terrible.
Count 6 on the roster. Maybe Olivia Sandvig. They said she's injured, though. She won't be playing if she's a senior. So, again, you look at when I look at programs and I see bigger senior numbers, and maybe I'm completely wrong. It's happened once before. Good job by Youngstrom. And I see big numbers of seniors. What it just automatically tells me is it's a good program. The coaches treat people right. Their expectations are outlined. That it's just a fun program to be around. Even if you're not playing, you still want to be part of that program. Nice little drop by Avalon Thompson, and she's going to try to run it down the sidelines. But Aberdeen Central boys, 12 seniors, girls 6 or 7. 6-7.
That's a good job by Avalon Thompson hustling down the field.
Yes, it is.
To get a corner kick out of this.
She took off right away. So now we watch Avalon. She's in the box. Kuipers will come in.
Well, maybe she won't, Tom.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. They're going to have to do the corner kick first.
Tom Tosh, the no-hitter, is gone. 12:06 remaining. There she is. Maybe he is right. Okay. Foreshadowing. Kuipers coming in for, I can't see who it is yet.
Ada Clemish, I believe.
Clemish, okay.
Kind of tough with these Titan jerseys not having numbers on the front.
Yeah, I go more so by the girl. That one's sent over, just over. Kuiper's going to try to keep it in bounds. She does.
Good save on her part.
Is that Giles?
Oh,
Giles
there's a trip.
Kind of tripped. Wasn't in the box, just outside the box. Titans
Wind
would
up
have
getting
taken
another
it, though.
corner out of it. We need to find somebody to get on the end of one of these, and I think it would go a long way to their confidence. And if they could just get a lead and
Corner kick.
get a play
Hoffman.
from ahead, since they're all instead of chasing.
Stoliker, the lone Titan, back at midfield. Hoffman, another solid corner kick. And there it is. No, just Olivia Johnson went up and put a head on it and sent it out to the right. And so out of bounds, I presume, goal kick. Kate Giles will run back to join McGuckin and Stoliker and Johnson back on that defensive end. Emma Watson back there as well. Piper McKinney. This is Hoffman again. Just trying to be in the way, pokes it free.
So just being in the middle and being disruptive.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Here come
trouble.
the Golden Eagles. Look at Johnson closing in. That's going to be a goal. No, just off
wide.
to the left.
Wow.
And you see Coach Sumich running his hands through his hair and then clapping and saying, we survived. 10 minutes to go. There'll be a goal kick for the Titans. Will Giles handle that? Nope, Johnson will. So Johnson, the strong leg of the senior captain, sends it up over the head of McKinney. Golden Eagles control this one. They'll play it back in. Really nice pass just through the legs.
Yeah, just couldn't control that one.
Kufield.
That one
Could've
had
been
trouble
trouble.
written all over it.
Yeah.
She could have controlled that a little better.
There's Youngstrom. Nice kick from her.
Yeah, she's really getting better and better. It's like she just improves every single game.
Yeah.
That's, as a freshman keeper, I mean, it's probably the toughest position on the field to play, and especially when you're young. It's just, I mean, like I said, I think that she's just shown a lot of courage and just improved game after game.
Being fearless.
For sure.
Stepping out there, and you're kind of on an island. And then being young to boot, and
Yeah.
not a really tall young lady.
Yeah, I was going to say when she's, really kind of still a kid playing with some grown women
Yep.
at times.
Ball gets by Giles. Johnson clears it, tries to find Thompson.
Uh-oh.
That
This
one
is
is
trouble.
run out. Stoliker. She's a speedster. I'm sorry, not Stoliker. Put right on goal.
Yeah, that was Stoliker.
That was Stoliker? Okay.
Yeah, yep. Trust yourself, Shad. You know.
I remember one year when I had the boys, when it was kind of in their time when they were really dominant. They switched. They got new jerseys, and they all switched numbers. And
Oh, yeah. On the bus?
31, Brianna Fisher in. She's a junior. And 33, Abby Hillison. And I believe she started at Hillison, did.
Yep.
Number 33, defender. McGuckin will come off. McGuckin is a freshman, I believe, or is she an 8th grader? I have the.
She is an 8th grader.
Yeah, I have the coaches.
Yeah, like I said, almost every year that the Titans have been in existence, there's always been, an 8th grader that has contributed, to the success of a season. It's like I said earlier, it's good to see some of these girls getting some time and in these big games, because it's only going to help them moving forward.
Mann, she'll check back in. That's 2 N's, MANN. That one bounces across midcourt. Just under 8 minutes to go until halftime, 0-0. Neither team has really had much of a golden opportunity. That's Stoliker. We'll just send it out of bounds.
I think lucky for us, Aberdeen has kind of struggled controlling the ball when
Yes.
they're in our box or at the top of our box, which has helped. But Youngstrom's played a pretty darn good game in goal to keep the ball out of the back of the net too.
And to be honest, the way the Aberdeen Golden Eagles boys handled the ball, anything after that is going to look kind of sloppy.
That was they put on a clinic.
Pretty near perfect, I would say. Try to get you an update on the girls' volleyball game going on. If it has started, I imagine it probably has. That one's sent out of bounds. Youngstrom makes sure of it.
Good job by Youngstrom knowing where she's at on the field.
Right.
And not trying to stop that ball and bobbling it or something and wind up giving up a corner kick.
Mann, the Titans, back in. Mann is back in. Titans hosting Sioux Falls Jefferson. Says it hasn't started yet. On the good old South Dakota Score Feed app, the wonderful app that everybody has on their phone. Johnson will just kick it out to Stoliker. Stoliker brings the ball up near side, head up
Ball.
to Giles, and then that one
stronger.
was taken away by Stallfrank. Sorry, I was going to say Brickfield. By Stallfrank. This one will stay with Aberdeen Central. Close to 6 minutes remaining.
So Coach Sumich is going to bring in Ada Clemish again. Hopefully to maybe try to sneak one into the back of the net before half. Like I said, I'd just like to see them get up by a goal and maybe get some positive momentum. That's a good play by Elena Mann.
Titans had a 10-0 win over Huron, thinking they're getting it clicking, and then they haven't scored a goal the last 2 games. So And they say that is going to be an Aberdeen foul about 31 yards out of the goal. The Titans will have a free kick from there. Of course, it'll be
Well,
Sage Hoffman.
I was going to say, this is well within her range, too. I don't know what Coach Sumich is going to want her to do, but I would say we haven't really tested their keeper much, so I wouldn't mind seeing her put it on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll bobble it, and everybody should just crash and get the rebound.
She is capable
It's
of
in
that.
there.
A really good
That's
ball.
it.
Just over.
I like it. I like it a
Boy,
lot.
she's got a touch. She is the one with the touch. Now she's coming out of the game. Brizia Savidra, first time checking in for the senior, and Ada Klimish back into the game. She started the game on that left side. Hoffman exits the field. Great touch for her. In under 5 minutes now, Brizia. Saw her come in.
Klimish comes in and just does her thing. And
Yeah.
makes a play.
The Sioux Falls, Washington game, we saw Brizia come in, and not a lot of effort in that game. And I went down at halftime, and Coach Sumich was talking about how he pointed her out individually. He said she hasn't done anything great, but she's trying, and she's playing hard, and she did. I'm kind of surprised it took 35 minutes to get her into this one. But the Titans have been playing harder against Aberdeen Central tonight than they did against Washington, a game they would end up losing, getting shut out. And Emma Watson just lets it roll out of bounds.
I just feel like the Titans could have a little bit of luck and just kind of try to have something to build upon when you're when you're having a little bit of a scoring slump. It can start to kind of weigh on your mind and start getting inside your own head a little bit too much. I just like to see them find some success and really build on it.
Heidi Hofer checks into the game for Evelyn Thompson. Look at Heidi Hofer get down the field. She's still going. Now she switches sides, tries to steal that one back. She gets it away from her. Under 4 minutes to go. Breezy Edwards kind of caught looking there. She will play her defender, tough. And that is Saul Frank. She'll get it down, going into the corner. They will save it. Sends it to the goalkeeper, and there's the Brianna Youngstrom.
Brooklyn. Yep.
Brooklyn Youngstrom.
Yep, she's having a good game.
She's getting better at this, too. The kicks have gotten better. It seemed like she struggled at first with that. Nothing major, outstanding yet, but getting there. 3 minutes till halftime. Rick, I'm going to go down and talk to or listen in on the huddle. Do you want to talk with Mark?
Yeah, if he shows up.
Okay, he will.
I'll talk to him.
It'll be softball or a soccer chat with two soccer nuts.
Soccer talk with the legend. And since you're leaving, it can't be the legend and the legend. So it's kind of soccer talk, legend squared. Given my math background, you know.
Well, what did you study at Northern State?
I got a double business major and a computer science minor. So
okay, good school.
Yeah, great school. The only problem is a computer science minor, when you went to college before the internet was invented, becomes pretty obsolete pretty fast. So I didn't have ChatGPT to write reports for me or read books for me or do that. We actually had to go to the library and hope the book wasn't checked out.
Yep. I remember, my oldest, who is 23, he has autism, and so when that diagnosis came about, and it was only when he was like 2 or 3 years old, so this isn't very long ago, we had to go to the library and find out what is this thing called autism.
Right.
And it wasn't that long ago. Nowadays, you have the phone. You can this will be interesting. This is Saul Frank. Made a nice move around Stoliker. Stoliker just bumps her off, lets it go out of bounds. Corner kick with 90 seconds to go.
That's a goal kick. It was off
okay.
Aberdeen.
I saw it wrong.
Yeah, I explained to my children how in college you had to actually read a book and go to the library, and I tried to explain library cards and the Dewey Decimal System and the whole 9 yards, and all they could say is, that sounds awful.
I told my young daughter when she wanted a phone, I said, your grandpa didn't have that. It's out of bounds. I said, your grandpa didn't have a cell phone until he was 50, and she looked. McGuckin goes back in, and she said, what was wrong with him? Well, Grandpa being 88 years old, he got one of the first cell phones, but it just wasn't.
It was in a bag.
It
or
was.
something, yeah.
It was. Yep. It sure was. We live in a great time. I asked Harrisburg students today, do we have too much technology or do we have enough? And they honestly said we have enough.
Uh-oh, that's trouble.
That's big time trouble off to the left. 30 seconds to go. Titans trying to hold on to this 0-0 tie. Tommy Tosh will count it down. Noah Watson. Emma Watson's
another
brother.
legend.
A
Another
real
T-area
legend.
Titans legend.
A homecoming king or prom
10,
king.
9, 8.
Will you have fun talking to Coach Anderson? I'll go down and pester
4,
Coach
3,
Sumich. But hey,
2,
I'm guessing Coach Sumich has to be pretty happy about this one so far. Not a bad game played by the Titans.
No, it's been very, very even, and I think that, like I said, just seeing these gradual improvements.
Yeah, we'll get there. Let's put one through the second half. Have fun with Coach Anderson. We'll see you back in about 15 minutes.
Welcome back to the booth, Coach. How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to see you again. Since I said earlier that it would be nice to be able to take in a few soccer games with you, but you're the only one I know that actually retired so you could work more, which I don't really understand. I think you need to rethink that strategy.
We're working on that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I have an end date set for.
Good for you. So what are your thoughts on the game so far?
A lot of, I think, little bit of veteran play out there, but I think both teams have some girls that are learning.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. There's, you'll see some 2-3 passes, and then there will be a ball out of bounds, and
Yeah.
it's frustrating for a coach because,
Trying to string things together and trying to get the ball down the field, and you make 2 or 3 good passes, and then one bad pass, bad touch, or bad decision kind of derails things pretty quickly.
Yep. Yeah, and both teams are doing it. I mean, Aberdeen's kind of got the shot advantage and hit a
Right.
few, but Brooklyn did a good job on a couple of
Yeah,
them.
Brooklyn's played well.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think for me, seeing T in the 3-5-2 always seems a little bit odd to me, since we've always kind of been a 4-3-3 team. But
Yep.
I think that early on we got some shot opportunities, and like you said, then they wind up kind of petering out because we wind up making a bad pass or get the ball taken away. So I think that connecting passes and things like that, and having their heads up and knowing where they're going with the ball. But like you said, it's a learning thing. When they started, an 8th grader, a freshman, a sophomore, that's pretty rare.
Oh, yeah.
in the AA game.
Yep, definitely. They've had some chances, but they're trying to play straight balls, and it's hard to
Right.
teach girls that way. But they'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. So what's been keeping you busy since you're not with your first free summer in 13 years?
Grandkids, quite a bit.
I've noticed that every time I text you to go to a game, you're either working or you've got grandkids coming over for something or a party to go to or
Yeah.
whatever.
And at work, where we did some big changes and expanded and new building and
I was just say the new building's gorgeous, and
Yeah.
probably just keeps you that much busier with everything going on.
It does. But the soccer, I watch everything I can, every game I can, college and high school, and I miss it.
No, I don't blame you one bit. I miss it too, but at the same time, it's just kind of one of those deals where I can still go to the games and watch the girls. And we were just talking a lot during the game about the program that you built here and how much it's meant to so many players and to so many families and things like that. With you and Sherry, and just the impact that you've had on the game of soccer, the city of T, the high school, all the girls that have played for you, and just really, just doing it right and building really a tradition and I would even say a dynasty, within the high school ranks, especially in the A ranks, with the success that we've had. So I just want to take a minute to personally thank you for everything that you've done for my daughter and for all the girls that I've ever coached and all that. I think that you really did it right, and I think that's kind of a rare thing these days. And just want to tell you thank you.
You're welcome. back in the day when Brent DeBoer and we talked about building the program, and Brent's built like I was. You know, we're both kind of old school, and your players have to own the team. And people ask me, how'd you get all them girls to play together? And I said, they got to kind of like each other. So that's the biggest thing, and they want to be part of the program. It was a lot of fun. That was a part of my life that was, you know, it's a big part. It took a lot of time, but it was worth it.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'd be interesting to find out too, and just kind of put a list together of some of the, you know, some of the accomplishments and some of the things that you had shared with Shad before the game. And I think looking at a list of, you know, players that you've coached that played in college, and kind of what they've gone on to do, and you know, the list would be probably pretty impressive. And we think that there's probably been more girls from the soccer team that have played college than any other sport on the girls' side, and only probably second in the school to football for players that have gone on to play at the next level. So that's something to be proud of.
It is, yeah. You know, we talk about that with players, you know, when I coached club years ago, and then as I got into the high school ranks, that is part of, some of them do have that dream, and to help them get there. That's, you know, tonight I'm looking at the list, and I see a few people in the stands watching their phone because they've got a daughter playing maybe in Mitchell, and one going to be playing here, and that's so fun to see. And when you go to the games and you talk to the parents, or I see a player somewhere, and it makes you feel good, you know, when you have players that haven't played for me for half a dozen years, and I hear from them every once in a while.
Well, I know they appreciate it, and Afton always tells me to tell you hi and thank you for everything that you've done for her. And I was actually going to go watch Elena Otten play in Mitchell tonight until Shad gave me the call to come and do the game. But she's already starting at Dakota Wesleyan, and is doing very, very well. Kaya Leekander had a little bit of a bout with a concussion, but she's back and starting and is playing very, very well up at Bethany Lutheran. And, you know, obviously with Afton playing at Mankato and being on the number 3 team in the country at Division II, and coming off of a year where they were national runners-up. They got beat in the national championship game. It's just got to make you proud to see these girls. And, you know, even the ones that didn't go on to play college, you know, we could go on and on about the different girls that, you know, were leaders in this program, that they're just some of the best kids and the best people. And I think a lot of that, again, goes back to you. So
thank you. This, you know, the community here, that was Sharon and I missed that. We felt, you know, even though we live in Southwest Sioux Falls, that we're part of the community here for 12, 13 years.
Right.
You know, and, you know, there's some girls playing out here tonight that were very small, timid little girls back in the day. And
and that's what we were talking about. It's the off-the-field stuff. It's the Little Lady Titans. It's the making blankets. It's the serving food at the banquet. It's all the things that you did in the community, the soccer camps. And a lot of the girls that came to those soccer camps are now out here because they ran into you and ran into the girls that were part of that program. And like I said, that's just absolutely huge for the program. And I think that I'm sure was by design, but I feel like you definitely built a dynasty here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can kind of keep it rolling.
I know, yeah. It was good to see Jasmine and Brooke, you know, that thing we started years ago, Midnight Madness.
Yep.
They did it again this year, and I didn't know if they were going to or not, but I got sent a video, so that made me
awesome.
smile. That was good. You know, and we've got Shad and you and Rick and all these people. They put a lot of time in. You're a dad, and people have no idea. You're the world's greatest fan, other than Noah.
Well, yeah, Noah doesn't count though. Noah doesn't count. He's an Augie fan. So
well, true. I even heard from him the other day, and I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah, he's
Augie's
a great
coach.
kid, and that's what we were talking about. He's just another Titan legend.
Oh man, yeah.
So
I see another one on the bench down there. Caitlin.
Yeah. Caitlin Kunert was quite the player back in the day. It almost looks like she could still lace them up and go. She might think otherwise, but
yep.
Well, we appreciate the time. I don't know when Shad will be back, but we really appreciate you giving us a few minutes, and can't thank you enough for all the time that you've given to all the girls over the years.
Thank you
Good
very
to
much.
see you again. We'll have to
Yep.
get to a game.
Yep.
The other legend is back and waiting for his headset. So, thank you, sir. That's cool.
Hang on a little bit.
Thanks. Come on in. Come on into the bugless. Well, the
It's not a bug-free zone.
less
that's for
bugs.
Sure.
Less
no, I don't know
bugs.
about that.
Yeah. Let me grab my.
I don't know how much I'm going to be able to help you on that. I've got the stats from this Afton senior year, but that's probably about it.
So, what did Coach Yasmin say at halftime? He was pretty pleased. Like I said, the Washington game. Chris, you weren't here. He was pretty upset the Washington game, and they came out. He wants the second half to start like the first half. The energy that they had, the shots. You mentioned it. They were put a shot on goal a couple times early on. He wants to see that again. He said, "Let's start it. Same rotation if everybody's healthy." I think everybody is feeling pretty good. He said that we're doing much better. He likes this effort a lot more than he did the Washington effort, which, let's be honest, there wasn't much effort there.
Well, and I wasn't at that game, so I can't speak to that. But as a coach, I can speak to probably the single biggest thing that will get a coach in a bad mood is effort, because you can't control the bounces. You can't control really anything else in the game, but you can control your effort and your attitude. And if you have bad effort, that's obviously a problem.
You know, I had a student tell me that today. She said, "I said give us a life lesson." We were talking, and she actually said something really good. She said, "You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react and how you act."
Absolutely.
And I said, "That's really good." I said, "I'm going to write that down," and I did, and I shared it with my daughter. And but yeah, it goes to what you're saying. There's only one thing you can really control. That's effort and attitude. And,
yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, seeing that a little bit more tonight. He told them just to relax and play. Emma Watson kind of asked some things she should be doing. He really liked the questions she was asking. I really couldn't hear her. She wants to get on the same page as other defenders. Sage Hoffman is taking the corners, and Giles wanted to know where to go on the corner kicks, and Sage said, go to the backside. Her corner kicks have been going. What was the call there?
Oh, offside.
Okay. And Sage told her to get on the back post because that's where a lot of her corner kicks are going.
Right, and
So-
it's been pretty empty over there and vacant of opposing defensive players. So that's a very, very good call.
It'll be fun to watch that if we get a corner kick, if that's what happens. I think those are two of the top of the chart standouts for the Titans is Giles and also Hoffman. So those two getting on the same page on corner kicks could be a good idea. I talked to Brooklyn Youngstrom a little bit, and I said, "Are you more confident?" And she just looked more confident, and she said, "I am." And
She has, yeah.
And I said, you seem like it. You seem like you're really growing into that role of being an every game keeper, because that's what she is now with Haynes out for the year. And I told her she was playing well and to keep it up, and she thanked me. And it just, like I said, it was a good feeling from her that she might feel like, you know, maybe with a shutout half underneath her belt, that
This is trouble.
and she stays back. She doesn't come out for it.
And that's probably a good call on that one, because the ball was kind of bouncing and it was going to be a tough one to handle. But no, as far as Brooklyn goes, it's like I said earlier, it's just the more she plays, the more confidence she gets. What I want to see out of this Titan team is, again, I know they've struggled. I know they've had trouble scoring goals. I know they've lost some games. But I want to see them kind of come together and be, louder on the bench and cheering each other on and really just picking each other up, because again,
Youngstrom comes
that
out and
was a
gets it.
great, another dangerous opportunity. But it's for all these girls that are playing that are young, and for all of the things that are going on with all of that stuff, they just need to have each other's backs and just support each other, because it's not going to get better, and it's not going to get better as fast if you don't.
Yeah. And a lot of young gals, and so the graduating class, well, the last three graduating classes, it seemed like They were really last year's graduating class. There was 4 next level players on that. You got Lakander and Otten and jeez, you can't even. And then the class before that, your daughter and Chloe.
Well, Chloe was in with Kaya and
Oh, that's right.
Kaya and
That's
Lou.
right.
So
that's right.
I think Afton might be the only one that played out of her class.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not really 100% sure, but you still had that junior leadership, with Chloe and Lou and Kaya.
And Hammerquist.
Yeah, and Reese Hammerquist was just phenomenal.
Defensive end.
I didn't even know she could speak for about 6 months. I coached her for about 6 months before I heard her talk, but just leading by what they do. But I still think that there could be more done on the bench from a cheering perspective, because our fans are quiet, and if you don't give fans something to cheer about, it's like scary quiet. But like I said, I think that I just want to see them, and see some of the leaders on this team, speaking up and telling girls good job and cheering people on.
Do you feel that the emphasis on that and what you just said is maybe more of a assistant coach's role to be doing that, while the coaches maybe filling out the X's and O's?
Well, I can't really speak to that part of it. I think that when I coached, it was an expectation, and it kind of goes back to the whole thing. If you're familiar with Gino Ariyama's talk, where like if I look down at the bench and you're quiet and you're not into the game and you're not, he said you will never.
There's Youngstrom.
Great job again, and he said you will never, ever play. And so if you can't be supportive of your teammates and be, kind of part of the solution, then you're kind of part of the problem. So I can only speak for myself, and I know Coach Mark Anderson also, I would even say demanded it, and just basically said, we're a family, and no matter who does what in the family, everyone should be happy about that.
Yeah.
And everybody should be supporting people. And if you're hurt, or if you get knocked down, or if you make a mistake, so what? You pick them up and you just tell them, go get the next one, learn from that, and move on. I think that, so to me, I think it just comes from all coaches. I don't think it's just an assistant coach thing.
Yeah. Well, with that said, you see Waltner, you see Thompson, who won't play again this year. Waltner will. Haynes won't play again this year. Mm-hmm. Haynes, brand new to this team. She's out here tonight battling the bugs like everybody else, supporting her team. That kind of tells you what they're about. It also tells you what this team is about, and that it is a family. It's good to see them, especially the two that won't play again this year, being out here cheering those girls on.
Yeah, I think that's, like I said, Mackenzie's always been like an ideal teammate.
Yeah.
And she's probably had worse luck than any kid maybe I've ever known, except that wasn't named Sydney Sherwood. But you think about Sydney Sherwood, and she was probably the best teammate anyone could ever even ask for.
Yeah.
And like I said, so being down, being hurt, being whatever, it didn't matter. It didn't change who they were.
It didn't.
So,
True.
Like I said, for me, I'd like to see some of the girls that are out there getting to play and out there having an impact on the game, having a bigger impact on the game, with just supporting their teammates and cheering them on.
Mm-hmm. 0-0 still in this one. 32 minutes left to play. It's a good job, especially by Brooklyn Youngstrom.
For sure.
On the other end, Ava Beck hasn't.
That should be is that a corner?
Hasn't had as many saves, but
Corner kick.
Aberdeen will be happy playing for a tie. They've had 2 ties their last 2 games. And so Coach Mark Anderson tells me that don't be surprised if they play for a tie. That's a nice
ball.
corner, just crosses. It's going to go out of bounds.
I think if she doesn't fall down, that might have been trouble.
And so Titan throw in.
And unfortunately, with this game, similar to the boys' game,
Substitution number
I'm afraid it
19.
could potentially come down to who makes the first mistake.
Emily Boudall checking back into the game. I am going to go home and shower.
You're probably going to plug. You're probably going to plug your drain with bugs.
It's like when you go to the beach and you come home and you have a whole tub full of sand that you didn't even know you had on you.
I think I'm going to need a delousing. It's like
I don't know what it is. I have to look it up. And And I have to follow the words of the great Ryan Decker. I have to always be curious. I got to find out why there's these beetles and bugs now that haven't been here all year.
Well, I think it's got something to do with, I don't know, the Asian beetles, I think, were introduced to help some other invasive species with,
Okay.
with crops or something like that.
Okay, Professor.
Yeah,
Professor
that's
Murray.
me. Yeah, that's me. I'm the professor.
If you're watching in Aberdeen, just be glad that you're not experiencing it. If you're watching in T, close your windows. Don't
Yeah.
leave. Don't go
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, don't go. Yeah, it's like the night of the bugs.
It's Rick Williamson up here. He talked to Principal Knutson. And now we are going to get. Okay, we have suspended this contest. We talked about this pregame. So what has to happen here is all the fans have to leave the stadium and go either to their car or into the commons of the high school. The good news is there's a volleyball game going on there. So, and that has to, I believe, happen for a half hour. And so we will delay this game a half hour.
Again, we ask that you please exit the facility.
And then,
Head to your vehicles or into
so it's a half hour after the last lightning strike. So if we wait 15 minutes and the lightning strikes again, then we push it back another half hour. Now, that said, this isn't going to be an all-night thing. They will probably either just call this game 0-0 since we have played 40, 50 minutes and let Aberdeen get home in a timely manner. But we did hear before the game there was a lightning strike about 14 miles outside of town. Athletic Director Craig Clayberg was going through the cancellation with us, or the postponement with us. But, yeah, all players, all fans have to immediately evacuate this field. I don't think we do. We can just wait it out up here, which makes sense, being in the tallest tower on the campus. We have to wait it out up here in the press box.
Yeah, we'll just hang out in a large metal structure that's the highest point within about a mile of here.
So as of right now,
awesome.
a half hour, that would be at about 7:45. We have 31 minutes left to go in this game. Let's sign off. We'll leave the live stream on, I believe. Let you see what's going on here in T. If we do play, we'll come back and join you. If it's a cancellation, we'll also come back and announce that. But as of right now, you can count us out till at least 7:45, if not longer. So we will rejoin you in a second, and bye for now, Titan Nation. Hey, welcome back, soccer fans. If you've stuck with us through the lightning, we're happy to be back. We're back warming up a little bit. Technically, what they told us, 8:25 will come out to warm up. 8:35 is when we will kick off. The referees who came up here and hung out with us in the crow's nest tell us that only 10 more minutes, or 10 and some change, has to go by before this is an official game. So as of now, had this game been called, had they sent the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles home, the TRA Titans home, this game would need to be made up. And so Aberdeen is coming back to Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday. You don't want to make up a half before you play a full game, so that's where it gets tricky. That's why we're kind of waiting, hanging out, playing this one. Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles wanted to play. TRA Titans wanted to play. I went down and talked to Coach Sumich as the Titan players stayed in the concession stand down there. It's big enough for all of them. I talked to Coach Sumich. He said this is a game they can still win. He wants to play this. He wants to get out of here possibly, potentially with a win. I talked to Aberdeen. I said, how long are you willing to stay? And they said they're willing to stay as long as they have to. They need a win as well. Remember, they're 2-0 in their last 4, so they're kind of got a little bit momentum here. Maybe it's different if this is a 5-0 game or 3-0 game, but it's 0-0. So, a little interesting note as I was waiting, the TRA Titans were playing Jefferson, Sioux Falls Jefferson in volleyball, and I guess Jefferson and Aberdeen Central just played. So I went up and watched that. The Jefferson student section, which was quite large, invited the Aberdeen Central JV and varsity players up, still in their Aberdeen uniforms, to help them cheer on Jefferson to beat the Titans. And they did. And five Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles players actually got down on the floor and led the Jefferson, let's call it the Jefferson Aberdeen Central student section in a cheer. And Jefferson won 3-0, maybe behind the aid, behind the cheering of the student section of the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagle players. We'll never know. I talked to the Aberdeen Central coach. We laughed about it and said this is something they'll probably remember more than the game they'll play against T. They'll never forget the night that they were, for a half an hour, Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. So it was neat to see. And then as the T student section, which was also fairly big, walked out, they booed the Aberdeen Central players. Maybe we need some of the student section to come over here.
Yeah, they need to make their way over to this game
and bring that same energy and help this 2-6 Titans to a victory.
Yeah, to me, that's just what it's all about. The high school sports, the stuff that you can do that stuff. That's fantastic. Makes me wish I would have walked over to watch the volleyball game.
I took some pictures. I'll be sending to whoever I can from Aberdeen Central or Sioux Falls Jefferson. If you want those pictures, just reach out to me. My email. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of energy these two teams come out with. I don't know if the referees are going to come out with their same energy. I think they had a little that little break.
Hey, they did enjoy our press box, though.
Oh, they sure did. It was air conditioned and full of bugs. It's fantastic. Free bugs, free water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air conditioning, carpet.
And the bug bites aren't any extra.
Yeah.
Bug bites are free too. It's crazy.
Back to that Jefferson Aberdeen Central student section. It made me think of immediately when the Titan boys went to state A's and ended up helping Dakota Valley, a rival, push out their bus out of a snowbank that they got stuck. And that actually went on the local news and was played up quite a bit. So some of those fun things. One other fun thing, Ellie Clayberg is going to take off her volleyball uniform from tonight, and she's putting on the soccer uniform for the last half hour out here. So
I don't know if that's maybe ever happened in the history of South Dakota sports. That might be a first. I don't know.
Played 2 night games.
Yeah, 2 night games on the same day.
She has played a day game and a night game, but never 2 night games.
It's like literally walking across the parking lot and having the thought to bring your uniform.
Yep, and she'll play. She's a good player.
She's
one of the captains, and so talk with Coach Sumich. He said he'll play her, but they're really wanting the win tonight. you feel for Aberdeen. They're going to probably wrap this game up. Oh, I don't know, after 9:30, they leave. They're going to get home 1 o'clock, 1:30.
Yeah, 1:30 in the morning.
And then they get to get up and go to school. So we're going to have a little.
And then it even gets better than that. Then they get to turn around and come right back and play Sioux Falls Lincoln on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, hey, maybe it's a bonding experience for them or for the Titans. And, again, it's all about memories, and they'll never forget this night. Not even for the soccer game, just for what happened and how they got delayed. So one other thing that's going to happen tonight, Tommy Tosh, our normal PA announcer, and he runs the clock, he has to get up and go to work at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to put down this headset and put on the PA headset. Chris, you're going to mainly run the YouTube. Look at you doing it all by yourself already.
Wow.
I might stop in every once in a while. And
that's baptism by fire or taking off the training wheels or something. Either that or I might just get a word in edgewise. Who knows? I don't know.
That's what you told the referees, that you can actually talk this time and get a word in.
No, I do my share. Trust me.
Good job. I'll check back in, but I better get it going, turn the music down, get the clock running, and hopefully we can get a Titan goal and get those lights flickering.
Yeah, for sure.
Rick, you going to join him at all?
Yeah, I'll throw it.
All right. Here you go. I'll be back.
All right.
Yeah, so welcome back, everybody. It's going to be 30 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second half, and we're going to be kicking off here again. I'm not sure why we're doing a full-blown kickoff, but maybe they don't remember where the ball was before when the game was called.
That's a good point. I don't
I
either.
have no idea. And it looks like we're getting ready to go here.
Well,
They do remember where the ball was. Good for them. I sure didn't remember where the ball was. So it'll be Aberdeen's ball and a drop ball, and we'll see what happens with these two teams after sitting around for over an hour. And
I was just going to ask you what your thoughts are. If you're coaching, what are the keys right now just to get back going?
Well, I think the big thing is we need to get him to start the clock. We need Shad to start the clock. He's already failing in his duties. There he goes. But, yeah, so I think the big thing is they, after sitting for an hour and however many minutes, I think it's some time for people to, for the coaches to talk through some things. Neither one of these coaches wanted to stop this game. Both coaches want to have the opportunity for their teams to win. I don't think it's really going to help either team in terms of, resting players or anything like that, but there might be some coaching things that they can do. And that's a really good ball. And there's Sydney Stoliker coming through. No call on a shoulder-to-shoulder 50-50 ball. She couldn't control it.
Sydney's got speed, but yet she's also physical is what I've noticed tonight. She really just uses her body well.
Yeah, she's very aggressive, and like I said, she's not afraid to use her body to win the ball. But I think the big thing is what the girls' mindset is going to be. So I don't think it helped anybody in terms of rest or anything like that. But, I guess which team wants it the most and which team is going to be willing to fight for it. And that should be a pretty easy call there. Free kick by Sage Hoffman coming from way out. See if somebody can get on the end of one of these. That's over the top, and over the top again, and over the top again. And here comes Elena Mann. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Oh, that was a great opportunity.
It was.
That one, I think Heidi's going to probably wish she had that one back.
It was one of those moments that just kind of developed out of nowhere. It wasn't a big rush or anything.
You kind of thought it was going to be just a basic play, and it just started bouncing over people, and here we go again on the other way. This kind of turned into a little bit of a track meet already. Under 29 minutes left in the game. Nice header by Aberdeen. Sage is there to clean it up. Now Sage is there again to clear it out. Get it to Elena Mann. She can't control that one. I think there could wind up being some nerves with some of this here.
Yeah, it just feels like a little different game right now than it was. It was just kind of a back and forth, kind of feeling out
Maybe both of them got a little bit refreshed with the break, and the Aberdeen Central girls leading the cheer. Sage with a couple of bumps going across the middle. Looks like we've recruited a couple of parents to be ball girls and boys.
Got a little late for the younger ones.
Yeah, I was going to say the youngsters, they probably had to go home. Out of bounds off the Titans. Will be Aberdeen Central's throw. Both teams come back in their starting formations.
Nice throw. It appears that there may be as many Aberdeen people here as T right now.
Well, like I said, I was kind of surprised that a lot of them stuck around. It's going to be a corner kick for Aberdeen Central.
And maybe the T folks that went home just they knew you were going to be calling the rest of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure that's.
So they wanted to get home and just hear that.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Hey.
Uh-oh, that's a good ball.
That's a great ball. Oh, that's dangerous.
I don't know how that didn't go in.
That was a great ball on the corner kick.
Yeah, that went right across the front
Wow.
of the goal. They're still being dangerous. Oh, and there's a little extracurricular activity, and that's probably going to be a yellow card. That's going to be pretty simple.
First one of the night.
Olivia Johnson kind of lost her cool a little bit there. I didn't see if there was contact before that.
Had a little extra rambunctiousness after the break. And Olivia also not one to shy away from physicality.
Yeah, I was going to say she's a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a free kick for Aberdeen Central
And
from
a
a
yellow
pretty dangerous spot. Yellow card means that she has to come out of the game.
Right, but just for one stoppage,
Yep,
basically.
She can come back in really any time at this point.
And if you get 2 yellow cards in one game as a player,
that would turn into a red card, and then you're disqualified from the game. Your team has to play a person down for the rest of the game, and you're suspended for the following match.
Wow.
So red card's nothing to mess with. This is a tough one. That's a goal. Brooklyn stopped it initially, and just her momentum and the contact just kind of pushed her back into the goal.
That was a great ball. Not sure who that was.
I'm not great at the things that Shad is as far as looking at individual players and names, but that was from probably around 28 yards out, and Brooklyn Youngstrom seemed to control it initially and just kind of got ran into and pushed back into the goal. Now T is going to have their work cut out for them. Just under 27 minutes left in the game. Ellie Clayberg into the game again after playing a night of volleyball across the parking lot. It's a good job carrying the ball by Sydney Stoliker. We need to pressure them a little bit and get them back on their heels and try to get the ball through on their end now.
We need a spotter up here for that goal, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, if we had some comments in the chat below, but we don't have that open comments. So, sorry if you're...
Yeah, sorry, Aberdeen Central fans.
Yes.
We're not 100% sure who scored that goal, but
if you're
it was a very, very good ball.
If you're a grandma of that young lady and you knew we would give you Shad Hockey's phone number so you could text him, but we probably better not hand that out.
Oh, that would be fun.
But it was a nice goal.
Yeah, it was a great ball. Aberdeen Central's in again in a dangerous spot, plays the ball through. Well done by Brooklyn, coming out and getting that ball.
Cutting down that centering pass there.
Yeah, that's going to be if the Titans can't come back and do something with that, that's kind of a tough way to lose a game, is having a kind of a blatant, easy to call yellow card that creates the free kick. But that kind of stuff in the heat of the battle happens,
and you just don't know when it's going to be a big deal either, right? You know, usually it's harmless, but then you get a kick like that,
Well, it's harmless until it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
She took advantage of that opportunity.
But there's a lot of time left in this game, and there's going to be, there's a free kick for T area.
So let's see, Sage take one here, probably, huh?
I would think so. And you have somebody just get on the end of one of these, and Aberdeen Central's bringing back nearly everyone. They've got 9 back. That's a really good ball. The hop could get her.
Ooh, dangerous.
I'm not sure she didn't back up into the goal there,
Wow.
but couldn't really see. The
Crowd wants a
parents-
corner on that.
Yeah, the parents are saying that the keeper tipped it up and it hit the crossbar of the football goalpost, not the upright, or not the crossbar of the goal. I couldn't really see it. It kind
In
of
which
happened pretty
case, yes,
quickly.
it would have been out of bounds and
Correct.
a corner.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that was a good ball by Sage, too.
Yeah, very, very good ball.
Like kind of a tricky hop. It was a short hop, one that the keeper has to decide, are they going to come up on it or play the hop, and
that's
kind of a tweener.
Yeah, that's the kind of ball that a keeper can really struggle with.
Kind of in between. Do I take it or do I?
It's good pressure by Sage. Ada takes it away, trying to cross it. That's got to be a handball. That's
No
a
call?
handball. Yep. No,
Okay.
there's a call. They've got the handball right outside the box, which is very fortunate for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah.
A little over 23 minutes left in the game. Be a
Got an
free kick. from
opportunity
Sage
here,
Hoffman.
though.
Going to back him up, give her the 10 yards that's required on a free kick. This one could easily be hooked into the upper right corner. Sage has the leg and the experience and the ability to do it. The other's got to crash the goal and hope for a rebound if she doesn't make it. That's good.
Good ball.
Oh, that one hit the upright.
Yep. The football
Yep.
upright.
Yep, that one hit the crossbar of the football. Football upright.
Yeah, she's got good control of that. You can tell she was going for that upper corner, just like you said. Just
Looks like Aberdeen's going to get a couple girls up to stretch and get ready to go. And looks like T is going to be bringing in Avalon Thompson. Again, I think this is going to be a good test now for the T team to see what they're made of, being down a goal. And it's also going to be a lot of pressure on Aberdeen Central if T can kind of keep their wits about them and keep working hard and put pressure on their defense and keep the ball down here. And I think that Aberdeen Central is just going to be content and kind of kicking the ball out a little bit.
right. Just
Letting the clock run.
yeah. How much does that goal as a coach, if you're Aberdeen Central, how much does that just change the whole game plan in the next 20 minutes?
I don't think it does now. I think it does once it gets down to, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Okay.
I think then you're just
Okay.
kind of clearing it. But at the same time, as a coach, you're just telling them if you can't get a good touch, just kick it out.
Send it.
So yeah, when in doubt, kick it out.
Okay.
And just don't make a mistake that winds up giving
Mm-hmm.
the other team a goal. And that's what T is going to need to do is
Look
focus
for
on the pressure.
offense, but don't force anything that isn't.
Yeah, just
there.
play your game. But if you have any doubt whatsoever, or if you think you're under pressure, what a throw!
It's a great throw.
Holy cow,
Wow.
that's trouble again.
That is.
and it might be another.
It
corner.
might be a corner.
Yeah, that
What
is
a
another
throw,
corner.
man.
Wow, that one. I
That
think
had
traveled about 30 yards
distance
in the air.
and pace on it too.
Yeah.
It was, man, that's a weapon right there.
For sure. I don't know if I've seen a high school throw in like that. They didn't
impressive.
do the flip throw in
No.
that some of the girls can do and throw it a long way.
That was
A
just
low ball
power.
into the box. Oh boy,
Still
right in
there.
the front. Yeah.
Still in danger territory here.
Another shot on goal. Good job by Brooklyn.
No bobble, no.
Nope.
That's key in that situation when you have
Oh, she lost her balance on
yeah,
that.
she
Took a little.
played it to the coach.
Yeah. We got to work on Coach Sumich's first touch. That was probably.
I mean, he tried.
Yeah, I was going to say he'd probably like to have that one back.
I just don't think he was happy with it. So I think if he would have had a little more positivity on that, but seeing it come out of there, he was like, "Oh man, I'm not gonna."
I think
try to do anything with that.
Yeah, I think we're inside the allotted time that if we wind up with any weather issues and they call the game, then it's considered a full game and not considered a suspended game.
Okay.
So I think we've broken the 60-minute mark. That's a good job by Avalon stepping to the ball. And
doesn't appear there will be any other weather here, but we weren't really.
Well, when you live in South Dakota, if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute.
True that.
So, yeah, they're just kind of making sure that they don't make any mistakes and playing the ball out, which is
Yep,
smart.
just being sound.
These Aberdeen Central teams over the years have been very well coached. Merle's been doing it a long time, and he's seen probably about everything there is to see at the AA level, and having a good group of seniors
And that just
doesn't hurt either.
And that just helps when you've been in so many situations as a coach. You know
For sure.
what not to leave out, like when it comes to situational ball.
This is a tough one. It's another good play. Good play by Emma Watson to slow her down and stay in front of her. I believe that was number 21, Ventura. Oh, that looked like a handball to me.
It did.
I think they're going to let them play, apparently. Must be giving them advantage. Oh, they're going to let them. Nope, they kicked it out again. Yeah, they're sending it out with some authority, so making these
leaving no
parents
doubt.
work.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, making them have to spend time going after it. We're down to about 18 minutes left. Good header by Ellie Clayberg to get the ball up the field. Not really sure why Aberdeen's hurrying so fast on the throw-in. I would have thought they would have taken their time, but
Yeah.
I guess if they thought they saw an opportunity to score another goal, that would obviously be a good thing for them.
Yeah, they've got to be thinking if they could capitalize and get one more here, that's a pretty tough task with 17 to go.
Yeah, that's a good shield on that ball to let it roll out of bounds and be another Aberdeen Central throw-in. Like to see T kind of press up a little bit and try to keep this ball in their offensive third. Now they just created a 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
That's going to be a testy one.
High bouncer.
That's a good play. T's possessing the ball well. Now they just got to find that opening to get the ball forward. This is going to be an opportunity. Good header from Avalon. Heidi using her speed. Gets to the end line, cuts it back, plays it back to Hoffman. Oh, and she just doesn't get over it. And
She kind of had to hurry that a little bit with that oncoming defender kind of closing the gap there and not allowing her to really get a good angle to blast that one. So
yeah, I think that there's between, being down, having an opportunity like that, having a little pressure on you, it just naturally makes you kind of rush that shot a little bit.
Definitely dangerous in that distance from the goal, though, with her leg.
That was a really good opportunity. It just got under it a little bit too much, and Sydney Stoliker continues to play very, very strong defense and kind of taken over back there a little bit.
Right. Titans playing a good game here tonight. Like, just solid, like you said, with the ball control.
Oh, boy.
Oh, very dangerous.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Noah, what are you doing?
Oh, no. What just happened?
Noah just dove in front of the ball, in front of the goal. Noah was going for the ball, and it was still on the field.
Still in the field
it's
of
like
play.
he was trying to save the ball from a goal. That one, I'm not sure I've ever seen a play like that before.
That could be on ESPN tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you handle that.
What are they going to do here as
I am
officials?
not really sure.
And they're trying to probably.
I'm not sure they've probably ever dealt with anything like that.
I mean, the ball was not going to go in because
I think Brooklyn
Yes.
Youngstrom would have gotten
still,
to it, but still, yeah,
right.
you have
As an-
outside interference,
Yep.
and
as an official, you've got
Yeah.
to. So looks like we have a little.
looks like
Free
it's going to
kick.
be a free kick from there. I don't know if they considered that to be a foul on the play or how they ruled that, but I've never seen anything like that, so I have no idea.
I don't think anybody really knows right now.
This is a very, very dangerous spot too. That's easy one over the crossbar. I think we might have dodged a bit of a bullet there.
Yeah. You might notice a little heat lightning going on over there in the southeast corner, but the ruling on that is if the lightning is within 10 miles, then play will be stopped. So
Correct.
that's off in the distance a little bit. Dangerous ball here, and the Aberdeen putting on a little pressure.
Crowd's trying to get the Lady Titans fired up. Another free kick from Sage Hoffman. Hopefully somebody can get on the end of one of these. That's a great ball.
It's a good boot right there.
Get there, Avalon. She goes.
She's battling.
Yeah, she is. And they're just going to let it roll out the end.
Little jousting there between Avalon and the defense.
It almost didn't look like the keeper got it before it went out.
They are giving a.
Yeah, they're going to give her a corner because she stopped the ball before.
Okay.
She touched the ball before it went out. She must not have seen the line, and she picked the ball up, which she's entitled to do, of course. But she wound up kind of going out of bounds because of it. This is kind of turning into a kind of a strange game.
It is.
There's some plays here I don't think I've ever seen before. Need the Titans to get on the end of one of these.
Only takes one here.
There it is. Oh, they got in the way.
Yeah, they
that
did.
one.
Oh. Just a bouncer there. The ball really wasn't settled on that shot from, was it Kate?
Saul Frank and Fred back in for the Golden Eagles.
Nearing the 12-minute remaining mark here. If you're just tuning in and wondering why this is still going on, we had I don't know, it must have been an hour lightning delay here. And
Yeah, all of that.
and it was a 0-0 game until the teams came back on the field and had 30 minutes remaining in this one, and Aberdeen, a little rebound given up, but gobbled back up. I'm not sure the time of that goal, Chris. Was it about 5 minutes in after the break?
Yeah, it was pretty close. It was probably pretty close to being about 10 minutes in, but
that's the decider as of right now with 11:23 to go. It's usually not this dark out when the game is being played.
Kufield checks in for the Golden Eagles.
Another good throw, but a little too far.
Goal kick.
Well, time is kind of running out here for the Titans. We've got a little under 11 minutes left. We kind of caught a break with the no goal on the play that.
The Noah goal.
Yeah, I don't even know what even to call that, but we kind of got they kind of got some new life, and now we got a foul at the top, and they're going to have a free kick from about 30 yards.
Well, this is how they scored just about 10, 15 minutes ago on a ball. Probably, I'm guessing, once you think, Chris, that this is the same young lady who
could be.
kicked it and
could
scored.
Be.
I'm just guessing.
I would certainly use her. That's going to be over the top. Yep, that's going to be over the
just
top.
Drifted.
Yeah, it could have been the same.
Number
guess
3.
I don't know. Yeah. If it's the same girl, that would be Addison Salfrank. But if she's the one that made the play before, I don't know why you would have somebody else.
Right,
take
unless
that
she
kick.
was out at this time. But
Right.
sorry if we
could be
dropped
wrong.
the ball
We could
on
be
that.
right.
Yeah. We're just taking a.
With these
We're
lights,
taking
I can't hardly see numbers on the other side of the field with the stadium lights. That might be another trip.
We're kind of just making a hypothesis, an educated guess right there. But
And
not
that's
very
a yellow-
educated, but
Must be a yellow card on Heidi Hofer. I'm not sure why.
that just
And
looked
a yellow card on who? And a yellow card on Emma Watson. So my guess is that Emma Watson must have tripped somebody, and Heidi must have had something to say about that.
Yeah, that
and
one
now
looked
they
pretty
both,
questionable.
Now
like,
they both have to walk off.
That didn't look like any stoppage.
Well, it's hard because the AR called the trip, and the center must have already seen it too, but was probably more focusing on the comments that were coming in from behind her. So,
good point. Well,
I think I'd like to see these girls compose themselves a little bit more. That one's going to be over the top also.
Number 11 taking that
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Go kick Titans.
And that was Kaylee. That
The
was
game for the Titans.
Kaylee Donut.
Okay, so
And she
maybe
might have been the one that took
she-
the other one too,
I
because they
was gonna
both were
say.
very similar.
And number 26.
Okay, so we're gonna. I think we're gonna give the goal to one of them.
I think that if we can just get the ball to the other end of the field, I think that the other girls are going to start playing a little bit tighter. We just got to compose ourselves and not be making silly fouls and getting silly yellow cards and things like
Right.
that. And now they're looking for a foul on that one, and that's not coming.
Getting late here. 8:46 left to go.
Yeah, I don't know what was crazier, this finish, some of the stuff that's happened since the weather delay, or the Aberdeen Central girls leading cheers in a volleyball game for Jefferson.
Right. I mean, it's just that kind of a night.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of become
I mean,
kind of a night not to forget.
I was going to say it's
Looks
kind
like
of a
he's gonna put-
Halloweenish type of night going on.
Looks like he's going to put Heidi back in the game. Probably letting her know that she can't be getting another card because they're probably going to need her on Thursday against Brandon.
Short turnaround here.
Yeah, very short turnaround for both of these teams. T will be at Brandon on Thursday, and that's a good ball. Piper McKinney's trying to track it down, and they just did a good job of kind of shielding her off. Yeah, with T area being at Brandon and Aberdeen Central being at Lincoln, both on Thursday.
Big travel week for the Golden Eagles here.
Little over 7 minutes left in the game. Titans still down one. Through ball. Out comes Brooklyn Youngstrom. Well done.
Took it clean.
Yeah, that's very well done. For as young as she is and for as thankless a job as being a keeper is, I think she's done a great job. And it's one of those deals where we talked about it before. It's probably going to be a mistake that's going to cause someone to either win or lose. and you just really hate for that to be the case. And here she comes out late. That's okay. She blocked it, so that's good. But you just hate to see a team lose over a goal where the goalie kind of has the ball and then.
Right.
I felt like she got bumped, but maybe she got
know,
bumped
I'd like
by
to
her own player. I might have to take that look at that when I get home. But it was a great ball by whomever from Aberdeen Central took that free kick, and she seemed to have it somewhat in her hands, but maybe not have it fully secured, and then wound up falling back into the net and the ball along with it. So, but again, it's you hate to see a game decided that way. But
right.
it is what it is. Heidi Hofer back into the game.
Goal kick, Titans.
Under 6 minutes here.
Don't wait for it. Don't get it.
Olivia Johnson back in the game, playing in the midfield. I think they're looking to have her aggressiveness and speed.
Be on the attack.
Well, and she has a really strong leg and can play through balls. That's a tough one. That's a great stop again. That might have been ours, and Brooklyn is on it again. She's played really, really well. I feel terrible for her on that goal, but that might have been her own player. Again, I'm going to have to go back and look at it.
Was that ball off the post right there?
The second, well,
no, the initial one.
I don't think so. I think
All
it was
right.
off of her, maybe, and then off the post.
Okay.
I think that she kind of bobbled it a little bit because she's
no.
got to be offside.
Doesn't she?
She's not.
No call.
And there's going to be a tough one to come back from. I'm not really sure how
That
she wasn't
is
offside. Number 11. Yeah, that's number 11. Kaylee Donut again.
And like we said,
and again, she could have both of their goals. We're not sure, but that one was basically a breakaway, and that one's going to be tough to come back from.
Was in your opinion, was that offside, or did you not
I have
see
to
it develop?
I have to trust the AR to see it. It kind of looked like it could be.
Yeah, you just don't see that.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it because with the way the windows are set up here and
Right.
just looking into those lights, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, you just
hard to
don't see a
too.
breakaway from 20 yards very often.
Right. But that's the stuff that T's been, we've been wanting T to kind of do, and I don't know if there was a miscommunication on the back line or what caused that, but and here's another run by Heidi. Again, I want to see what T does. Hopefully not that, but just to continue to fight and continue to play until the final whistle.
Yeah, it's one of those games like you were saying earlier before the delay that you just wanted T to get a break.
Right.
To get that go-ahead goal, to get them on top, just to get off the schneid a little bit.
Yeah, and to give them some confidence and give them something to build on.
And when you're young and you're playing really hard, you just sometimes need that one thing to go your way.
Right.
Just to shift the momentum, shift your season even. Not a lack of effort tonight by any means by the Titans.
Really taken a lot of time on this one. I'm not sure. I think they're going to need to have a little bit more of a sense of urgency with this. 2 goals is a lot to ask when you've been struggling to score. And good ball from Kate Giles. Piper McKinney gets it taken away, gets knocked down, no call. That's a good header to get the ball up the field and make them make a play.
Now, as a coach for Aberdeen with 3 minutes to go, is that when you kind of shift, just sitting back a little bit more, not letting anything?
Well, I think when it's 1-0, yes. When it's 2, I think you just want to kind of just maintain possession and just kind of keep doing what you've been doing.
Okay.
But again, if it's in doubt, just kick it out or just play it up the field. these girls again have played a lot of soccer and
So
kinda
as
know what to do.
a coach yourself, it's a little different when it's 1-0 late.
Yeah, I'm
than if
never
it's-
ever comfortable up one goal.
Right.
And I'm depending on the time of the game, I'm not usually overly comfortable at 2 goals. But when it's this stage of the game, you've got to be pretty comfortable.
Yep. So you just kind of keep on the attack. You keep
Yep, for
controlling the ball. You keep playing.
Sure. Yep, for sure. Under 2 minutes to go here, and we're just kind of struggling to get it out of our end right now. And I think it's easy to be a little dejected and to be a little bit down when you come out of a hour-plus long, weather delay, cooped up in the concession stand.
And then the early goal.
Yeah, and to have that happen the way it did is tough. And like I said, I think it was a good play, and I'm looking forward to kind of going home and taking a look at it and seeing what I can see. But
deflating for sure.
yeah, it's tough. We've got Ava Otten coming in for the first time, and we've also got Ellie Clayberg coming back.
Clayberg and Hoffman into the segments. 1 minute remaining.
Under a minute to play here. Just kicked out by Aberdeen Central. Be a throw in for the Titans. 30 seconds left. It's kind of gotten down to obviously desperation mode, but just can't seem to connect and get something moving. And that should about do it with it only being about 10 seconds left.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Shad kind of reminds me when he's counting down there, kind of like the kid that comes out during a wrestling match and taps the ref on the back with the little towel that's taped up to let him know that it's over. So.
Yeah, he definitely did an admirable job of filling in for the legendary Tom Tosh.
Yes,
so.
he did. He did.
Well, that should about do it here tonight from T-Titans Asian Beetle Stadium.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for staying up late. We'll catch you next time.